Imagine two warehouses sitting across the street from each other. Same pay, same shift, same type of work. In one, people quit after 3 days. In the other, crews stay for months, sometimes years. The difference? It's not a magic bonus program. It's the tiny 5-minute moments that happen on the floor every single shift.
Yeah, and we've all heard someone say, well, that's just the labor market right now. But when you walk those two buildings, you feel it right away. One floor feels tense, confused. Everyone's in their own bubble. The other one? People know what they're doing. They get greeted by name, and you can tell folks expect to be back tomorrow.
This is Workers.com Staffing Pulse, insights from the front line. I'm Jennifer, Personnel Manager and your host.
And I'm Sam, Staffing Manager. Today we're digging into retention in the warehouse and plant world, and specifically these little things we call micro wins that quietly keep people coming back.
If you supervise crews, run operations, or you're working on those floors yourself, this episode is for you. No big HR programs, no expensive software, just 5-minute habits any site can start this week.
Let's start with the problem, because most of the time when we talk about turnover, the first two things everyone brings up are pay and schedule. And those matter a lot, no question. But we see something else driving day-to-day decisions: how people are treated, informed, and supported during the shift itself.
Exactly. Think about it from a worker's point of view. You might tolerate a tough schedule if you feel respected, safe, and like you're part of a team. But if the shift is chaos, you get snapped at for asking questions, or no one notices when you do good work, that's when people quietly decide, I'm not coming back tomorrow.
And from the employer side, when you only look at pay and schedule, it can feel like, well, there's nothing else I can do. Budget is set, orders are orders. That's when folks get stuck. What we're saying is there is a whole layer you control today, those everyday micro interactions that either build trust or chip away at it.
All right, let's get super concrete for our supervisors, employers, and staffing pros listening. We're going to walk through 5 micro wins on a shift. These are small, repeatable, and each of them is in that 3 to 5 minute range.
Micro win number 1, the warm shift start. This is more than just, okay, everyone get to your spots. It's that moment where a lead or supervisor shows they're organized and that people matter.
On a warehouse floor, a warm start might sound like this. Good morning, team. Today we're focused on outbound. We've got 3 priority orders. I'll call those out as we go. If you're new, I'm Jennifer. Come find me if you're not sure about something. I'd rather you ask than guess. That whole thing takes maybe a minute or 2, but it sets the tone that questions are okay and direction is clear.
And the flip side is when the shift start is nothing. People drift in, no one knows who's leading, and the only time they hear from a supervisor is when something goes wrong. That's when you get folks texting their agency at lunch asking to be moved.
Micro win number 2, clear job setup. Especially in industrial and light industrial work, a lot of turnover happens because people feel lost. They're on a line or at a station thinking, am I doing this right? Is this even my job?
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be a 45-minute training. It can be as simple as walking someone to their area and saying, here's what success looks like for this spot today. You'll be labeling boxes, we're aiming for this pace, and I'll be back in 15 minutes to check how it's going. Now they know what they're doing, what good looks like, and that you're not disappearing.
Micro win number 3. The mid-shift check-in. This one gets skipped a lot because everyone's busy, but it pays for itself. A quick lap with intentional, specific questions can prevent mistakes, rework, and those walk-offs at break.
On the floor, it might sound like, "Hey, how's it gone here? Anything confusing about the labels? Any safety issues I need to know about?" You're not hovering. You're showing that you care about clarity and safety, not just numbers.
Number 4, small recognition. Not banners or pizza every Friday. Those are nice, but we're talking about in-the-moment acknowledgement. When someone's been here 3 days and you say nothing, it feels like they're invisible.
One of my favorites on a warehouse shift is, "Sam, I noticed you caught that mislabeled pallet before it shipped. That saved us a headache. Thank you." It's quick, it's specific, and it connects their action to impact. People remember that.
And micro win number 5, respectful correction. Everyone makes mistakes, especially new hires. The question is, do you correct them in a way that builds confidence or in a way that creates embarrassment?
Compare these 2 moments. First version. "What are you doing? I told you not to stack it like that." Loud, in front of everyone. You can feel that person shut down. Second version, you step aside with them and say, "Hey, let's redo this together. These boxes can't go over this line because they'll tip. I know it's a lot to remember at first, but I'll walk it with you." Same message, different outcome.
Those 5 micro wins: warm start, clear setup, mid-shift check-in, small recognition, and respectful correction are all about what you say and how you say it. So let's give some more concrete language employers and supervisors can use today.
Yeah, and if you're listening in the car or on the floor, don't worry about memorizing everything. Just notice the pattern. Clear, short, respectful, and specific.
For a warm shift start, try something like, "Before we get going, I want to make sure everyone knows the plan. If anything's unclear, grab me now. It's my job to help you succeed." That one sentence tells people that questions are not a problem. They're expected.
For job setup, you might say, "This station has 3 steps. I'll show you once, then you'll try it while I watch. We're aiming for accuracy first, speed second. You're building a safe learning curve instead of just throwing someone into the deep end."
Mid-shift. Instead of just walking by and saying, "You good?" which people will always say yes to, try, "Show me how you're doing this part so I can make sure I didn't miss anything when we trained." Notice you're taking the blame off them. You're saying, "Maybe I missed something," not "maybe you're messing up."
For recognition, keep it simple and specific. "I saw you help your coworker with the tape machine. That kind of teamwork keeps us moving." Or, "You've been on time every day this week. That reliability really helps us plan." People don't forget when a supervisor notices the little things.
And for respectful correction, you can lead with ownership and a path forward. "That one didn't meet our standard, but that's on me for not walking you through the tricky parts. Let's reset and do 2 together." That approach keeps dignity intact while still protecting quality and safety.
All right, let's flip the lens. If you're a job seeker or you're already working in a warehouse, what are the micro wins that you control? The things that quietly say to a supervisor, "I'm a keeper."
First one is simple but powerful. Show up prepared. That means on time, with the right gear if it's been communicated, boots, safety glasses, anything that was clearly laid out. And mentally prepared too, which is just being ready to listen for instructions instead of rushing straight into the work and guessing.
Second, check your understanding. A lot of new workers are afraid to ask questions because they don't want to look slow. In reality, supervisors remember the people who say, just to make sure I've got this right, first I do X, then Y, then scan here, correct? That saves everyone time and shows you care about doing it right.
Third habit, close your shift strong. Those last 5 minutes before you walk out, they matter. That can sound like, anything you need from me before I head out? Or, is my area set how you want it for the next shift? You're telling your lead, I finish what I start.
And while you're on site, pay attention to early signals about the culture. Do supervisors introduce themselves? Do they explain safety rules and why they matter, or just bark orders? When someone messes up, is the reaction to coach or to humiliate?
If you walk into a building and no one can tell you who to go to with questions, training is rushed, and mistakes are met with eye rolls, that's good information. You are allowed to say to your staffing rep, this site doesn't feel like a fit for me long term.
On the other hand, if you see leads doing quick check-ins, thanking people for effort, and correcting without putting anyone on blast, that's usually a sign they value keeping people, not just replacing them.
So, how do we put all of this into practice without making it feel like a huge program? Let's turn this into a short micro-wins checklist you can use over the next week.
If you're an employer, supervisor, or staffing partner, here's a simple 3-step version you can try for the next 5 shifts. 1. Start each shift with a 60-90-second huddle. Say the plan out loud, introduce yourself, and invite questions.
2. Schedule one mid-shift lap where your only job is to ask, what's unclear? Any safety concerns? Don't combine it with discipline or production pressure. Make it about clarity and safety.
And 3. Commit to at least 3 specific recognitions and 1 respectful correction per shift. That might sound funny to plan being kind, but when you track it, you notice how powerful it is and how easy it is to forget when things get busy.
If you're a job seeker or current worker, your version of the checklist is just as short. 1. Arrive prepared and ready to listen. 2. Repeat back instructions once to confirm you've got them right. 3. Before you leave, ask if there's anything else you can button up in your area.
And if you're working with a staffing agency, use them as a partner in this. Tell your recruiter what you're noticing on site, the good and the bad. We can coach clients on warm starts, clear setups, and respectful correction a lot more effectively when we know what's actually happening on the floor.
All right, let's hit a fast recap of our top 3 insights from today.
Number 1. Pay and schedules matter, but they're not the whole story. Day-to-day experience, those tiny, repeatable moments on the floor, is often what decides whether someone comes back tomorrow.
Number 2, for employers and staffing pros, 5-minute micro wins like warm shift starts, clear job setup, mid-shift check-ins, small recognition, and respectful corrections can dramatically improve retention without new systems or big budgets.
And number 3, for job seekers, small daily habits, showing up prepared, checking your understanding, and closing each shift strong, quietly signal reliability and teamwork, and help you spot which sites truly invest in their people.
Thanks for spending a few minutes with us on Workers.com Staffing Pulse. Take 1 or 2 micro wins from today. Try them this week on the floor and watch what happens.
From the front line of staffing and warehouse work, we'll be back with more practical ways to build teams people actually want to stay on. Until next time.